Yo, what up YouTube? It's YT Wake 'em Up, back at it again with another video. There's a wave of layoffs happening across many different industries right now, and I just want to cover it. I know it's tough times right now. They're affecting a lot of people. Just know if you're going through it, you are not alone. Family, you already know what to do, and if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe, and ring the post notification bell as well. Alright, let's get into it.
Guys, I just got laid off, and what must be the most pleasant layoff of my life. My boss was so respectful. I had a heads up warning in advance. The company wasn't doing well. Like, we all knew it was coming. But they're gonna employ me until the end of the month so that I can close out stuff. We can meet to talk about what we can improve, what we learned from this experience. And I'm just 10 out of 10 layoff. I'm not even mad. Honestly. I have a job for the next, what's the end of May? 25 days. Already looking for jobs, American companies need to take note. This is how layoffs need to happen. Instead of just closing out of your email, as soon as you get the notice from HR, no. And the best part, my boss was the one who did it, not fucking some random HR person. And he was so heartfelt and just 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Can't even say I'm mad.
So we all know that there's been a lot of layoffs going on, especially with everything that's going on with our country. There's been a lot of contracts that are being cut. What I've been noticing is that there's a lot of people in the learning and development field that are being laid off because of what's happening. As instructional designers, I think that we're creatives, we're strategists, we're data analysts. I mean, the whole list of things could go on, right? We make complex stuff actually make sense for real people. And yet we're always the first ones to go and the last ones to get credit. And honestly, seeing a lot of what's going on makes me really sad, especially to see a lot of my peers being impacted. And I feel like instructional designers definitely deserve more respect, more visibility, and honestly, more say in the learning conversation. We're just not here making content just to make content. I see us as people who are building the future of learning, part of the future of learning. So if you're an instructional designer and this message resonates with you, or if you know someone who is an instructional designer in the learning and development field and also needs to hear this message, tag them. And I want to know, what do y'all think? What do you think we bring to the table? What do instructional designers bring to the table? Because I could list 100 things that we bring to the table. So let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
The American people deserve more respect overall in general. We built up the country to what it is today, and we don't get the respect we deserve, nor the financial compensation that we deserve. Nobody should be struggling. It's crazy how you can build these companies up, make them rich, and then they just slap you in the face in return. They just get rid of you when they don't need you no more. But let's get into the truckers. Let's get into tariffs and how they're affecting the ports.
Belt tightening because of President Trump's tariffs, with hard-hit truckers taking another blow. Layoffs are beginning in the trucking industry as American ports are seeing a big drop in cargo ship arrivals, meaning less to haul across our country.
Next to a bunch of truck chassis because they're parked and they're not in use. And look on the other side there. They're stacked up, and in this truck yard alone, there are about 100 chassis stacked up because they don't need them. They're typically out on the roadways. Like everyone else along America's massive supply chain, truckers expect things to go from bad to worse.
This yard costs us money, this equipment costs us money, our chassis costs us money, our employees cost us money, electricity costs us money, right? So after 6 months, I would say we would be in pretty dire situations. And that's just us. And there's hundreds of companies like us who would probably be in this, most likely be in the same situation, if not worse.
Don't scroll away, more layoffs are coming, and I'm going to tell you just why. Ford just pulled its entire financial guidance, which means the road ahead is too unstable for one of the country's largest automakers to even guess where this year is heading. At the same time, they've confirmed that they expect to lose $1.5 billion this year due to Trump's tariffs. This is in the headlines this morning. Also, Mattel, the big toy giant, says that these tariffs are likely going to hit them harder than they had originally predicted. They're saying they're showing signs of reduced profitability on their forward-looking margins, and so they're delaying investments in new employees, and they're trying to restructure their supply chain. But in the short term, folks, this is going to have a huge impact on their worker force and on the consumers they depend on. This is turning into a compound crisis. Ford's $1.5 billion in losses alone adds nearly 800 per vehicle. But that's just the start. Let's look at supply chain reverberations, everything from seat assemblies, steel and aluminum parts, all these different pieces and aspects of building a vehicle down the supply chain is going to add between 1,700 and 3,100 per vehicle. And this is at a time when the economy is already in a tailspin. Rent is expensive, food is up, insurance is up. Families just don't have the extra room in their budgets to absorb thousands just to buy a car, so they won't. This means that there'll be slower sales, more production cuts, and more layoffs. This is really concerning, folks, because it's a feedback loop. As demand falls, the automaker will scale back further. It'll hit regional suppliers, tool shops, logistics networks, and local jobs. This is an ecosystem that relies on steady output. Once the contraction begins, it just keeps spreading. Small businesses are going to feel that pressure. Independent sellers can't absorb these tariffs in the way a multinational giant like Ford can. And guess what? I talked yesterday about the de minimis exemption. Well, you could buy a $10 product and have a $50 fee on that starting June 1st. So, these are the types of things that can knock out small businesses across the nation. This isn't a trade strategy, it's an economic squeeze, and it's accelerating thanks to Trump's bad policies. This is the beginning of what Trump said was Liberation Day. I think what he really meant was liberating you from access to cheap goods and liberating you from your hard-earned money, and this needs to stop. Roll back the tariffs, or we're going to lose this economy.
Companies losing billions, layoffs happening by the thousands. This is going to be a crisis. Now, we just came out of a crisis. Now we're heading into a different crisis. Food, vehicles, meaning transportation, the beauty supplies. I'm going to do a video on that, beauty supply stores, and small businesses overall. Let's just sum it up as that. Small businesses are being affected. It's looking like a lot of jobs will not even be around after this year. They're not going to be able to survive. A lot of small businesses will have to close their doors.
130 companies plus are laying off in May. Here is a list of some companies laying off in May. For a full list of layoffs, go to warntracker.com. Companies are required to give a 90-day notice. If you are not preparing for the ultimate recession, please do so. Here is a list of the companies. Is your company on the list? Drop your comments here. If you go to Warn Tracker and your company was not on this list, please drop it in the comments. Follow for all things personal finance.
Okay, so I got laid off today, and I just want to know, when this happens, what do you do? Like my whole week was set up and meal prepped and everything according to around work, and there's no work to go to tomorrow. So I clocked out today knowing that there's no work. My brain, I just need to cut that off. Stop thinking about what you have to do, projects that need to be done, reports that need to be ran tomorrow, because they don't. And I know tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be like, oh, let me walk to my desk and cut on my laptop. And then it's none of that to do. Is there an instruction manual? Are there steps? If you've been laid off before, what did you do after? Do I immediately jump into getting my resume out there? And I was already looking for a new job and having no luck. So, but at least I had the backup of my actual job, and now that's gone. So, what happens next? You know what? I'm gonna get a burger. I'm gonna go get a hamburger, and yeah, y'all have a good day.
I just got laid off. I was laid off from my outpatient job, and I was working in a NICU follow-up clinic. I have never experienced something like this before. So I'm doing what any sane person would do, which is I'm eating French fries, waiting to go into Hobby Lobby. I will say I'm very thankful that I work per diem. I do have a second job that I'll just pick up a little bit more at. I don't have benefits through this job, so I'm not taking a hit as much as a lot of the other nurses are, but whoa. I have a lot of feelings about this. I think the biggest one I'm feeling though is disappointment and I'm a little bit angry. This is the first time where I have seen with my own eyes that we treat healthcare like a business. Sucks because at the end of the day, the people who are suffering this layoff the most isn't me, it's not the nurses, although yes, we are suffering, it's the kids. And that's what I'm having such a hard time understanding is, why are we doing this when we know the detrimental impact it's going to have on the patients who are the children?
They don't really care about us. This is still relevant. They don't care about us. It's being shown. And man, they don't care about the kids, let alone the adults. They don't care about nobody. Right? Not even the elderly. They care about themselves. This is the time we're at, man. This is the season we're in, right? And listen, healthcare is a business. Let's make that clear. She spoke on that. It is. It's been a business. You know, the government are the biggest drug dealers. Let's talk about that. Matter of fact, we ain't even got to go all the way in on that. Y'all already know that. Healthcare is a business. Them maintaining the sickness, not curing it. They're not here to cure anything. They're here to maintain it, keep you coming back, keep themselves profitable. It's crazy. Welcome to America. This is the country that you live in, that you reside in.
I got to pay bills. I got to pay child support. I got to go to court next week. What I'm supposed to do?
Today we let the employees know at our Emporia, Virginia plywood mill that we are ceasing operations as of today. I've worked here 3.5 years. It's very unsettling. It's very unsettling. Because I have 5 young kids at home. It's very heartfelt because I feel bad for the city of Emporia. I really do, because it's going to crush you for it.
It's going to cripple this town. You just lost Boy's Head, you lost GP. Ain't going to be nothing left here.
This a loss for me. And then they shut down Boy's Head. I was just about to start at Boy's Head. They shut Boy's Head down. Now they done shut this place down. What jobs do we have in Emporia?
We want to get these people placed in new jobs as soon as possible. It's very tough for the Emporia area with the Boar's Head plant a while back and now Georgia Pacific, but we're committed to trying to find those people jobs in and around that area and work to bring companies into that area to pick up some of that job loss.
They got the nerve to interview the people at their lowest point. They just got laid off and they got the nerve to get their input on it. Man, what? You already know it's not going to be nothing positive. These people don't know what to do now. Some people been working there for years. Now they getting let go. Man, I hate to see all of these layoffs, all of these different jobs. And this is just the beginning. That's the crazy part, man. The recession, I got to keep talking about it because they saying it's coming this summer now, right? The recession hasn't even begun, according to the government, right? So it's going to get way worse after. Y'all already know what happens in recession. Economic uncertainty, foreclosures on houses, repossessions of cars. People just losing a lot, man. People losing the things they worked hard for. You got the nerve to interview these people? Forget an interview. They need solutions. They need answers. They need another job.
So it's getting crazy out there, guys. Companies are laying off a bunch of people. Layoffs are piling up right now. We saw Intel recently said they're laying off 21,000 people. We know a lot of the big tech companies have been laying off people, and people in different industries are getting laid off right now. And the tariff situation, the trade war between the U.S. and China, is only increasing uncertainty and casting doubts on the guidance of where businesses are going, right? So if businesses can't really forecast as well as they were able to a couple of months ago what their revenue is going to be, what their profits are going to be, you know, if they're seeing, oh crap, we're going to take a hit in profit, oh, we're going to take a hit in this or that, they're going to start laying off more people. People are already getting laid off because of the uncertainty for the future with tariffs, with these businesses, what's going to happen, will it take a hit to my profits, right? People are already getting laid off. Will it get worse? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I already spoke my thoughts, family. I'm seeing it get worse every single week. When I type in layoffs, I'm seeing more companies. That's why I keep covering these videos. So yeah, I think it's going to get worse. I think this is just the beginning. What y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think it's going to get better anytime soon, or do y'all see this as the collapse beginning? Like, I already know, and those that have discernment, they understand the end times and what comes with it, and they understand the season that we in right now, and that we in the last days, and this was written. But I know everybody got a different level of understanding and a different belief system. But to my Hebrew family, y'all already know, I'm pretty sure. I want to hear everybody's input. Peace. And to my Hebrew family, like I just spoke on, shalom. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.